pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The best part of salary board today is it will be brief. Do we have, first on the agenda is to approve the minutes from the March 10th meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Does anyone else have anything to come before the salary board today? Hearing none, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Now, we will move on to the fun-filled Clearfield County Commissioners meeting for April 14th, 2026. We do have an action-packed agenda. We will dispense with the pledge.
I don't know if it's action-packed.
Packed.
It's packed.
Yeah.
Could I have a motion to approve the minutes of our previous meeting, March 24th, which seems so long ago?
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
And now, the moment we've been waiting for, the approval of the bills from Mr. Edwards.
Alrighty, general fund $8,616,341.59. Hazmat $3,981.54. 911 $3,928.16. CDBG $104,517.02. Domestic relations $66,734.27. And CYS $685,189.66, for a grand total of $9,480,692.24.
Do I have a motion to approve the bills as presented by Controller Edwards?
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Give us a moment to sign these.
Oops.
Thank you, Controller Edwards. Next, we will move on to personnel. We have several changes listed for Commissioner's approval. Under new hires, Enforcement Officer DRO, effective 4/2/2026. Part-time security guard under the Commissioners, effective 4/9/2026. And clerk typist 2 in CYS, effective 4/13/2026. Under transfers, we have one temporary CO to full-time CO at the jail, effective 4/2/2026. No separations, retirements, no FMLA leave of absence request. Do I have a motion to approve these personnel changes as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Now, do we have any public comment today? Hearing none, we'll move along. Gentlemen, any old business?
No.
Also hearing none, we'll move along to our new business agenda items. If you're wondering what this huge stack is on the table, this is, late in our agenda is the opening of the phone system RFPs. We may open some of these boxes a little earlier, or,
We'll open and get them ready for that.
yes, we will, Solicitor Bozovich will open the boxes, and those are sharp things. Pick
Watch
your,
those things
pick your
are sharp.
weapon.
You know, if we piled them up around John, it would feel more like his desk, right?
Yeah. I was thinking we ought to give these all, send them up to CYS. You know, our kids at Christmas time would rather play with the boxes than the toys.
I'm just, never mind. Okay, we do have proclamation of April 12th to 18th as Telecommunicator Week in Clearfield County. And we do have our 911 Director, Dave McClure, with us. Who would like to, I believe you've brought some staff you would like to introduce, and if you'd like to say a few words about Telecommunicator Week in Clearfield County before I read the proclamation.
This is Mallory Harvey. She's one of my day shift dispatchers. I just can't say enough about the staff we have. Obviously, as the saying goes, they're the first responder. they deal with a lot of stuff every day. We're currently down 5 full-timers at the, right now. We have 3 full part-timers that we're filling in really well. We have 2 in training. Gonna be hiring 3 more shortly, but I can't say enough about the staff and the job that they do back there. And if it's okay with you, Commissioner, I want her to say that I called her a little on Easter Sunday. A little of what they do.
Absolutely. If you wanna-
Easter Sunday, we had taken a call for an elderly male who was choking on ham fat. As we processed the call, it was a full obstruction. He went into cardiac arrest. He was not breathing. We performed CPR measures. Before the call was even processed completely, we had EMS and fire sent. And the patient's expected to make a full recovery. So that was definitely a blessing. Yes. Yes.
Thank you very much, and thank you for sharing that story with us. The people realize a very stressful and very important position here within Clearfield County are our 911 telecommunicators. I will now read the proclamation, and then we will vote it in. Clearfield County Public Safety Telecommunicator Week. Whereas the U.S. Congress and President of the United States have established the second week of April as National Public Safety Telecommunications Week, and whereas the Clearfield County Department of Emergency Services, also known as the 911 Center, is the crucial first contact with those in need of emergency assistance and dispatches, appropriate fire safety providers or responders who may apprehend a criminal, save possessions from a fire, or save lives. And whereas 911 Center employees are devoted to customer service, excellence, a high level of professionalism, and whereas professional telecommunicators are critical to our county's emergency response, dispatching law enforcement, firefighters, emergency medical services, and other emergency responders 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And whereas professional telecommunicators are not visible as the men and women who arrive on the scene of emergencies but provide the vital link to public safety services as part of the first responders team. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Clearfield County Board of Commissioners, on behalf of all the residents of Clearfield County, does hereby proclaim April 12th to 18th, 2026 as Public Safety Telecommunicators Week. Do I have a motion?
I'll gladly make the motion.
Second.
Properly moved and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Dave, for keeping things running out there, and thank you very much for coming today.
Are you doing a photo?
We will do a photo.
I wanted to say, that was the topic of, what the young lady was talking about was a topic of discussion at the Graham Township Supervisors meeting last night. One of the supervisors is the father of 2 of the responders that got there. My understanding is that you only have, when you're choking, you only have so long to go when you can't breathe. And fortunately, because of the quick work of our dispatch, the responders were able to get there in half the time and bring the gentleman back to consciousness in time so that he is able to make a full recovery. So,
No, an unseen part of the process, but a very important process, are our dispatchers. So come on up, we'll get a picture taken here.
Maybe we'll slide this way and do it, keep the boxes out of it.
I'm going as fast as I can.
Well, no, I'm not.
Wait, we're not. Jeff, you want to get one with my phone also, please?
What the hell?
oh, there you go.
I can just send one.
Whoops.
Drop your phone.
Jeff, would you please buy Tim a new cell phone?
I'll just send you that. Okay. Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Oh, that's right. Trying to get rid of you.
It's like the box inside the box inside the box.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to item 2 on the agenda, consider agreement with Rapid Response for hazardous emergency response services. This will also fall under Mr. McClure.
Just request the commissioners consider an agreement for our county-sponsored hazmat team. We want to switch from McCutcheon Enterprises to Rapid Response. Our contract with McCutcheon runs out at the end of the month. We had to pay them a $2,500 retainer fee before. For some reason, they're upping that to $7,500. Rapid Response is not gonna charge us any retainer fee. They will be here when we need them. They are a little farther away than McCutcheon, but we do have a waiver signed by the State Emergency Management Agency okay that, so everything is, I did have Heather look over the contract. She was okay with everything.
It is a calendar year agreement. There is the scheduled services. Obviously, it's on an as-needed basis, and then it does set forth the requirements of the inspections and everything very similar to what our prior agreements would look like when we need to use the rapid, or the emergency response.
And as per our previous conversation, this is not something we use often.
No, I think in the last 10 or 11 years when we left, we've had to call them, our current team like 3 times.
Okay, now as long as you're comfortable
Yes.
with Rapid Response meeting the response times,
And we normally do a 3-year contract for this, however, since this is new and we're switching, we're gonna do a 1-year just to make sure everything is the way we want it.
okay, do I have a motion to enter into a 1-year agreement with Rapid Response for hazardous emergency service response?
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved in second, all in favor?
Aye.
Now, we are going to item 3, consider approval of the VOCA grant, and Susan Lewis is going to explain this to us.
Thank you.
Welcome. This is the continuation application for grant, for the VOCA grant. It's a 2-year grant, this is for year 2. This allocation is $62,819. Unfortunately, it is down $5,093 from year 1 due to funding cuts. This grant funds 2 full-time employees.
Well, we've had this discussion with your predecessor, and, you know, it's terribly unfortunate. I mean, why would they cut grants when, you know, the cost of everything's going up? They know we're not gonna cut salaries, so, but I think we had made a commitment to her, and now to you, I believe, that we're gonna continue to fund your office, even though we're now having to use general fund sources to do it. But I just wanna say that when people wonder why sometimes taxes go up, this is a big part of why, because we're losing funding sources from other areas, and, you know, victim witness is important, so.
No, and as Commissioner Glass stated, we are certainly committed to keeping the office running. It provides valuable services to victims of crime throughout Clearfield County.
Susan, the monies for the VOCA grant start with the federal government, correct?
Yes.
Maybe that's a discussion we can have with some of our federal officials.
Yes. I
Commissioner
know-
Glass is correct that it has been going down recently, so.
I know that they're working on trying to get it back up. It's just a matter of getting that passed.
Mhm.
Well, even before, I mean, we've done 6 budgets, and it was always real razor thin tight. In the last couple of years, there's just no way. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't make it stretch that far,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, and DA Sayers is working also on trying to get additional funds as well. He has, I believe it's on Judge Cherry's desk, it's just waiting to, he's waiting for him to make a decision on increasing fees to help increase that.
Well, once again, thank you for the valuable services your office provides. And do I have a motion to approve the VOCA grant application?
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved in second, all in favor?
Aye.
They sign this electronically, correct? Okay, Tim will get a notice.
Thank you.
And this is your first meeting as the director, welcome. And,
Thank you very much. You want me to You wanna keep them or you want me to
Yeah.
take them? Keep them,
Yeah.
okay, thank
No,
you.
thank you
you.
very
See
much.
See you guys. See you.
We'll move now on to item 4, consider amendment to the Viapath Technologies Agreement.
This is this is an agreement we have, for the jail. Several years ago, we had entered into an agreement with them for tablets and different access. A lot of it is required, for us to be able to provide certain access to for, different legal research and communications. There was a change, under the FCC that required us to do an amendment to our agreement to just account for those. As part of it, it does provide for some different rates, that the FCC came in and said could or could not be charged. So this is updating to make sure that we're in compliance with those changes in the FCC regulation. This is a cost that's passed on to the inmate when they use the tablet, so this is not a county expense for that. I know we spoke about that last time, but just as a reminder, it's not out of pocket in there. And then in speaking to the warden, I was not made aware of any issues with the current company to have kind of any concerns or anything that needed to be addressed outside of the amendment at this point in time.
Okay, do I have an emotion to approve the agreement with Viapath Technologies?
So moved.
I'll second.
Properly moved in second, all in favor?
Aye.
Item number 6, consider agency service agreement with paygov.us.
I think you skipped
I think
one.
you skipped
Five.
Department of Corrections.
Oh, I did. Let me back up. Number 5, consider county assistance agreement with the Department of Corrections.
This is an agreement, again, with the county, but on behalf of the jail, to basically be an emergency facility or a facility to use as needed, when the Department of Corrections is transporting individuals from Muncie to Cambridge Springs if they need to, if there's an emergency, if they need to stop to use a restroom. Sometimes they have inmates with medical needs, there needs to be an agreement in place, but essentially they're able to use our facility, just because of a little bit of a halfway point, in order for them to stop. In speaking with the warden, I don't know that it's used very often, but, just one of those things to have in place. There is a 15-day termination. I was not made aware of any concerns from the warden or any
And this
issues.
is
and-
an agreement we've had previously.
I don't know that we've had the agreement. I
Not
think
with these.
it hasn't been a formal agreement, which I think is why we're just making sure it's getting in place, so there's not a.
Okay, so we're in
concern.
effect formalizing a practice.
Yes.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve the assistance agreement with Department of Corrections?
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved in second, all in favor?
Aye.
Now, we'll move on to the one I read out of order. Consider agency service agreement with paygov.us.
Sure. This is a request of the prothonotary, for different, processing of credit card payments. The prothonotary utilizes software called Telesoft. They've changed who their provider is. We're currently under an agreement, with Municipal Services Bureau. There's no issue with that, but this is keeping it in line with what the software, is handling. So again, it's an agreement, not a cost to the county. It's a fee that's passed on for the convenience of being able to pay, by credit card. So that's been reviewed and approved to its form this morning.
Okay, do I have a motion to enter into the service agreement with paygov.us?
So moved.
I will second that. Properly moved in second, all in favor?
Aye.
Consider agreement with Advanced Office Systems for a copier lease.
And this, again, is for the prothonotary. They're up on their copier. We have our standard agreement that we usually use. This is a 3-month agreement for $137.09 per month. It does include,
3-year.
I'm sorry, 3-year.
Yeah, okay.
36 months, 3-year. Agreement with them, and it does include, the requirement that at the end of the lease, they have to transport the copier machine back, which is always one of our requirements used with them.
Okay, do I have a motion to consider agreement with Advanced Office Systems for Prothonotary's copier?
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved in second, all in favor?
Aye.
Consider a memorandum of understanding with Lawrence County for environmental review.
Lawrence County received a fairly substantial grant, to do different studies as far as, different hazards, different trainings for contractors. Through our redevelopment authority, this is a tool that's needed as they progress with some of their grants, and Lawrence has, stated that they are willing to take on the responsibility of administering and overseeing the grant to do these different studies. There's also Tioga County, Indiana County, and then a few smaller municipalities who are gonna be joining in this. It's not a cost to the county, it's all covered by the grant, it's just coordinating with them for them to oversee it, which is fairly common with these types of grants.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve the memorandum of understanding with Lawrence County on the environmental review grant?
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Next, item 9, consider master services agreement with Gov AI Software Solutions LLC.
This is again just a request that kind of tags along with that US Gov one. They have them as two separate agreements though, because they're under two separate providers.
And this is also Prothonotari's office. Okay, do I
This
have
is
a,
probation.
Oh, probation.
dramatic pause?
I know, nope, let me
Yeah.
go back. Nope, I'm sorry, I was thinking prothonotary probation, I'm sorry.
Okay,
I can't multitask apparently
well-
very well.
Um,
Too many
go ahead,
buttons.
Dave.
no, I wanna hear what you have to say about it. Anything? I mean, the title gives me pause. Are we introducing
Are you
AI?
talking to me?
They just
Well-
changed their.
Yeah, they changed the name of their.
Okay.
There's no AI. I was very worried about it.
Yes,
so I
he-
went-
Ethan questioned
I went
this.
up and I immediately talked to Sean,
Okay,
and there's no AI slop, it's just the name of the company now.
all right. Cause we need to be obviously careful not what we
Absolutely.
let
That's
into our
why
system,
I
so.
immediately, because I thought a department went and bought AI without notifying the IT
Well,
department,
that was what my ears perked up. It's like,
Yes.
whoa, what are we doing here? Okay, fair enough.
And
Thank
this
you.
is where we thank our valuable people in the back today, having the entire IT department here with us. We affectionately call them our nerds, but thank you for following up on that. Do I have a motion to enter into services agreement with GovAI Software Solutions, noting that this is not an AI platform, it is just the name?
So moved.
Second,
Properly moved in second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Consider agreement with Municipal Services Bureau for the Treasurer's Office.
10 and 11 are gonna kind of go hand in hand. Right
Can-
now, the
Oh,
Right.
then
do we have to do them
let-
separately?
we'll do them separate,
Okay.
but just as I explain them, they're gonna kind of go hand in hand. The treasurer currently has an agreement with all paid credit card services. Those fees are just a little high because they're passed on to the taxpayers and people using the office. The treasurer was able to discuss with Municipal Services Bureau an alternative. That is actually who the prothonotary was using. There were no issues with that program or any of the processing, so there's not a concern there. This is just a way to be able to make sure the fees that are charged for the convenience just don't keep rising on there. So part of this will be terminating the prior contract, which we'll coordinate for when MSB comes in. There's a 30-day termination under all paid, and then MSB will take over. So again, not a cost to the county, but a cost that's passed on to the consumer.
Since we are joined with Treasurer Siegel today, would you like to give us your take on these things?
I thought you had a PowerPoint.
Yes,
and
well-
everything.
Most of our transactions are $8.80 or $10.80. And we were living with passing a $1 transaction fee onto the customer, person that came in for a dog license or a hunting license, whatever. But that dollar went to $3.99 and they were not gonna renegotiate that at all, so just didn't feel it was fair to an $8.80 transaction to be charged another $4. So I looked into this other place and they're actually, we're even gonna go down less than $1 for those very small transactions, so no fees involved, the terminal, like, there is no fee involved, so it just seemed like a no-brainer.
No fixed fee, you mean, just the fees that they charge per transaction?
Right,
Okay.
and obviously that, when we ask for $8.80, we get $8.80, because that's what the state, you know what I mean? So the 50 cents, they like to call it a convenience fee, that it goes straight to, we don't see that, doesn't pass through, they just goes to the person. We let them know when, before they swipe, they're gonna get charged, and nobody really seems to have a problem, but $3.99, they were starting to have a problem.
Well, yeah, I can understand that.
Oh, no.
I'll make a
Thank you.
motion to approve the contract with MSB.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
And thank Treasurer Siegel for your diligence in looking out for the taxpayers and people who use your offices in Clearfield County. And next, this is item 11, which ties in, as Solicitor Bozovich said, consider termination of agreement with all paid credit card services for the Treasurer's Office, which, as was just explained, this is just terminating one service, replacing it with another, timing to be coordinated.
And I'll make a motion that we approve the termination of that agreement.
Second.
Properly moved in second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, now we are down to the fun part.
Well, while she's still opening, can we just do 13 real quick?
Oh, yeah, go ahead, Dave, go ahead, you take that.
We still have a few elected poll positions open, and I want to just go over them again, and I would ask the press to put this out. For anybody who lives in these precincts, we desperately need some help. In Du Bois City, 2nd Precinct, we need a minority inspector of election. Doesn't matter which party you're in, that's just the name of the position. Grampian, pardon me. Grampian Borough, we still need a judge of election. Ferguson Township, we need a minority inspector. Graham Township, we need a minority inspector. And Pike Township, we need a minority inspector. And again, don't read too much into the minority part of it. It's just the second inspector. So any registered voter there can do it.
And while we're on election stuff, I think we've been pretty diligent about getting out the changes to polling places.
Yeah, I haven't gotten any anything recent. I think everybody's been informed. I think everybody's ready for it as they're gonna be, and we're gonna start, theoretically, now that the ballot's certified, we should be sending out mail-in ballots next week.
Okay, and everything is underway for the May 19th primary election on our end here in the county, and trying to remember, last day to register, May 4th?
May 4th. May 12th is the last day to request a mail-in ballot, but I can't say this enough. With the problems that the post office is having, by their own admission, the problems the post office is having, you don't want to wait till May 12th. Come in and request it earlier.
Okay, and we are just about ready.
I don't know if you wanna let IT just briefly describe what they did the RFP for,
We
because
are-
I can't recall if they went through that last time.
We recently put out a request for proposal for a new countywide phone system, and I will let the IT department give you a brief overview of what was included in that RFP, and then we will go through the proposals that we received.
I'm gonna be honest, I made it a long time ago, so I don't remember exactly what's in it. But it's just to replace our on-premise one that is ancient. We'll go from using the order system to all over internet.
So this will be a voice over internet
Yes.
protocol phone system
Yes.
countywide.
Yes, which is pretty standard for most places, so.
Any idea of the age of the current system?
2003.
Yeah, it's old.
Oh, really? It predates moving. I thought maybe you updated it when you moved here. You did
No,
not.
this is just an extension
Just shift it.
of,
It's even older than I thought.
Maybe older than part of our
It's older than,
IT department.
it's older than my kids.
John, do you remember where we
Okay, so,
I remember we used to send little messengers running around between them.
Well, I mean, and just to tail on that, I had VoIP in my prior business, and there are a lot of other small features that I think can be very valuable, in terms of being able to forward calls and, kind of even overlay the phone number on so that, and for example, when I did it, I could use my cell phone and then basically attach it to the VoIP line and make the calls from my cell that seemed like they were coming from my Allstate line. So I didn't have to be in the office necessarily. So for some people, certain positions, that may be useful. Sending the voicemails to email, I'm sure, is probably gonna be part of it. I found that very helpful when we used to have that, so.
yes.
Do you anticipate a learning curve among county employees?
Well, yeah. There's always, change is hard, but it's also inevitable.
I think some of the vendors offer training as well for end users, so depending.
Well, do you wanna, Heather, do you wanna start?
Yep, if you want.
Yeah,
do you
I'll
want me to
open the
pass
rest
them
of
to you?
these, yeah.
You want me to start? There's only.
Well, I can read them if you want, it's up to you.
Whichever one.
All right, I'll
We're
read
down,
them.
we're down to the last three. Do we have a master list?
No, I mean, I have a nice little stack though, that has all the extra copies in it. I'm pretty proud of myself.
There were 23, I believe.
Now, in this, when we did the request for proposal, we anticipated getting a handful. We would have been happy to get 8 or 10, and we have, I believe, 23.
I haven't been counting.
I believe that's what we had on Friday.
I believe we have 23 separate entities have responded to the RFP.
Are you looking for dollar amount?
Well, yeah, the first one here,
I'm just gonna try and find it in this one.
UCAAS, and they don't have, they have it broken down by items, so we would have to do some math to figure out, there's a lot of pieces to this.
I think a lot of them are gonna be broken down by.
I don't know that we'll be able to give the price.
Yeah.
I think we can announce the company if you see it quickly, but because of the way the different features work.
UCAAS, and they're also, the one thing there's a lot in there, but they highlight that they're doing a trade-in promotion of $25 per phone for our existing phones, so we would get a little over $5,000 back for the 200 plus phones we have.
Where
So,
are they from?
If we can at least get
Oh, California.
if we can at least get the company name and where they're from, and then we're gonna have to review all
All
this.
right, so that's UCAAS, and then this is Granite Government Solutions out of Quincy, Massachusetts. And, yeah,
This will
That last
require
page.
an extensive review to make sure we
Yeah.
have an apples to apples.
now they're saying 63,863 is their total. UCAS didn't do the total, they had it broken down, but, Tech Mode out of,
They're out of the original Terminator movie, aren't they? That was part of Skynet.
Greenville, South Carolina. They have an option A and an option B. Option A is a 12-month term. Looks like, if I'm reading this right, 18,525, but it does not include the hardware. And then the three-year term is 17,025 annually.
Take it.
And
Is
again,
that option B?
Just
that's
chill out.
option B.
You-
And so we'd have to figure out what there is hardware also broken down, we'll have to figure that out. Okay. D&S Communications.
Are you writing these down, Lisa? Okay, then I don't have to be writing these down as well. But I am.
That's a good idea, I am myself.
They're out of Elgin, Illinois, Elgin, Illinois, and they do not have a total. We'll have to figure out what that is. That one's not actually very helpful. Breeze Line is saying $24.74.94 per month. I don't know if that includes hardware either, it's unclear. Integrated Technology Services out of Orlando, Florida. $31.58.59 a month, no phones provided.
I only have my big ones though.
Bridgepoint. Where they're out of.
I was just seeing if I had a little- I'm just gonna try to mark it. Oh, I can just.
We're down to the last couple.
What?
San Mateo, California.
But I think it'll help speed it up a little bit.
And looks like 17,326. And I think that might just be the hardware. Let's see if there's anything else in here.
I was gonna say, there is gonna be some figuring.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna have to really delve into these, and then the monthly cost on that is, 1846.60.
Okay.
Okay,
Dave, here's one that's flagged.
what's that?
The monthly's here in this one. It's flagged, just so it'll be a little easier for you.
The Vera Link,
Those two are flagged. The monthly's on that side and then. the
monthly looks
installation.
like $1,902 a month. And 18,000 to implement, plus it looks like managed support at 3,200 a month. So the total 12-month cost they're saying is 115,000. And I don't know where they're out of. Atlanta, Georgia. TCO Technology. Boston, Massachusetts. Looks like 29,127 upfront and 1883 monthly. Full service network. Not sure where they're out of. They're saying 1,039.98. Yeah. That does not, obviously does not include the hardware. And they don't say where they're out of. But they've got a 412 area code, so that tells me Pittsburgh. Celco Partnership DBA Verizon Wireless, so it's Verizon. Monthly $34.34 and $43,362 in one-time fees for the phones. Data Path Services from Centennial, Colorado. Looks like $24.26 per month, and then at least $14,900 upfront. It's unclear to me if this includes. I don't think that includes the phones. Although they're saying that they've got an option that's $85 each for a phone, which is somewhat less than some of the others I saw. Wait. Didn't we just,
I thought that one looked the same. I don't know if
Yeah.
they submitted two,
yeah. You know what? I think
or is it just a very similar?
it is, it's a different company
Same program.
using the same
Software.
software, basically. So this is from,
Is that the go-to meeting? Or go-to?
yeah, it's GoTo CTI, and this was TCO and GoTo. So, interesting. But yeah, I caught the logo caught my eye. It's like, wait a minute, I just saw this.
Sue each other.
Let's see here. Looks like 29,127 up front. This does appear to include the phones, and then 1883 per month. Okay. Definitely did not expect this much response. Um, looks like 2553. Oh, I'm sorry. This is Mitel Public Sector Solutions. Where they're out of. Yeah, they did not make it clear where they're out of. Oh, there we go. Cherry Hill, New Jersey, I think. And 2553 a month, and then it looks like 32,304 up front. Access Plus out of Mahwah, New Jersey, M-A-H-W-A-H. I'm not familiar with that town. What?
Not a lot.
All right. I'll take your word for it. 3859.50 a month, and that does not include the phones. And they're saying they've got different options for the phones, from $68 to $190.
Name.
Vertical Communications. Roswell, Georgia. Total monthly recurring cost $1952.70. They're saying $41.44 per phone, so that's one of the lower ones. We'll have to sort all that out. ES Tech Systems, Plano, Texas. $6,000 up front, $2285.05 per month for 5 years. That's interesting. It looks like they're not offering to sell us the phones, but lease the phones at $1 a month. That may be interesting. Connecticut Communications out of Connecticut, Durham, Connecticut. Annual charge, estimated, $33,464 per year.
It's not typical.
Looks like that does include the phones. Zito Communications out of Coudersport. Total monthly cost $1396.40.
I didn't see the phones on that.
Did not see the phones at all. Nope. Looks like that's just the service. Advent Communications out of Washington, PA.
We have officially bored the television media.
I was wondering when we get there.
He says, I am outta here."
2507 a month, and it looks like
Looks like Channel 10.
1400 and upfront, which I don't think includes the phones.
Oh,
No, party foul.
I gave him one job to do, I mean, gotta start all over now.
Yeah, so we're gonna go back to the beginning.
52 pickup.
You see how neatly Heather has the empty stuff stacked under here.
Only a woman could stack the boxes.
I'm not gonna argue that at all.
You need new scissors. for the-
This is
No, they're not
Avaya.
Can you please send new scissors?
I will do that. What was the name of this one?
Avaya, A-V-A-Y-A.
Papaya, but no.
Via Cloud Office.
Via con Dios.
Well, do you guys remember there, a couple years ago, they were making a lot of ads, like, I think they even had a Super Bowl ad, Avaya, but then they kind of disappeared.
I'm very finicky about my
What the
scissors, so I can get her some scissors.
I'm gonna have to get
Well, there's some marketers that made a hell of a lot of money on these
Man.
proposals.
I like the Fiskars ones.
Page and page, and nice pictures.
I can't find any, it's all specs for the
Yeah.
phones, I can't find any
You want me
number.
to look at it real quick while you do the next one?
Yeah, did you, when you
That
opened,
one might not have, was that one of the ones that?
all I see here is like a contract and some specs. It didn't go with that, did it?
Nope.
Okay. We'll move on to Forerunner Technologies out of Edgewood, New York. 4618 monthly and 27,000, just under 27,000 upfront. Probably not. Access Plus Communications, that same town out of New Jersey,
May,
Maywab.
This one.
Madeline.
Is that how you
Yeah,
pronounce
there is
that?
an advent.
M-A-H-W-A-H.
Dave, oh.
Wow, okay.
This one went with Advent, this was just the information.
Oh,
Yeah.
It went with Advent.
we'll find it.
Find it.
Did you say Madeline?
It's
I'm not looking. at it, so-
M-A-H-W-A-H. I would've, maybe, Mawab?
Maywa.
Maywab,
Maywab.
maybe. Looks like 38.59 a month.
Which company is this?
This is Access Plus out of that same Mawab, Maywab, whatever, New Jersey town.
Probably the same
And
building.
Must be, yeah, computer capital of New Jersey.
I don't see phones included on that.
That one with that one,
That
the
one,
blue.
okay.
Do you wanna click these?
Convergent.
Handing these off to-
Convergent Solutions Group.
I mean,
No, doesn't matter, whatever it is.
27,800 per year for 200 licenses. And the phones range between $110 and $155 on top of that.
Where were they from?
It did not stay. It has a phone number, but it doesn't have an
Okay.
address. Oh wait, Plymouth Meeting, Pennsylvania. They don't really highlight where they're from. New World, I guess. This is from Columbia, Maryland. This is ACC Telecom. 27,854 upfront, installation and products. That can't be right. They're saying $389 a month.
they're paying attention.
Maybe there's hope.
And buy your own phones on,
Yeah.
I mean, I would really like
yeah,
to
get,
see what that,
get your own phones on Amazon, and it's $389 a month.
Timu.
we'll have to look, I mean, that that falls under the almost too good to be true kind of thing, so I'm sure the devil's in the details on that one.
By my count, I have 25 from 12 different states. So this is a great response to
Yeah.
the RFP request. Ethan, Sabrina, can you have these back to us by tomorrow? Okay,
10
I was
o'clock.
kidding.
10
I was
a.m.
kidding. This will be, as you can see, a very complex process pending review to sort out comparable systems as well as pricing. So we are not going to take any action on these at the moment. It will be announced.
Maybe next week, the three of us get
Maybe next
together
year.
and try to, we can at least filter it down to our top, because some of those are obvious no's, they're just too expensive.
Yeah,
And then,
this will be a lengthy and detailed process to get a comparison, but we're glad to have the response.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a nice problem to have. If we'd only had one, that would have been like,
Yeah, Jeff, you can title your article, Clearfield County helps the national economy.
well, certainly helped the postal service or
Yeah.
the
Postal, FedEx,
FedEx, yeah.
UPS.
All right.
Solicitors report.
I don't have anything else this morning.
Let me thank you for your diligence
Thank you.
in helping with,
And not having a report.
in helping with the and thank you, Commissioner Glass, for navigating that. All I did was write them down.
And volunteering to look through all that.
Yeah,
stuff
you volunteered.
And come up with a recommendation.
Gentlemen, anything else to come before
No,
the
sir.
board today?
No, sir.
Hearing none, do I have a motion to adjourn?
so moved.
Second.
Properly moved in second, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
I do think this is your